Hi there everybody, today we are going to look at some money problems, alright, so these are quite popular with the examiners, so I thought we'd best go through a few of these. So totaling a bill, alright, so not difficult stuff, it is just money, it is just numbers, but it's kind of worth reminding you to kind of practice this kind of content. Okay, so when totaling a bill, you've got to try and make sure the units are the same, alright, if you're dealing with pounds or pence, then of course try and make sure they're right, and of course like adding or subtracting anything, then of course you need to make sure you line it up properly. And yeah, just avoid mistakes. All right, so if Jim buys 2 cans of Coke for 70p each and a sandwich for £2.30 and a muffin for £1.15, what is the total cost? Well, this is just adding numbers up, isn't it? So, change all the amounts to pounds first of all. So we've got £1.15, that's okay, £2.30, and maybe change that to 0.7, and then let's all line them all up, and then just add the lot. All right, so as before, when it's adding, so you've got 5 for this column, 7, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's going to give 1 there and carry 2. And then eventually you're going to have £4, 40, 85 when I carry the 1 over. All right. So there you go. So that is adding. That is totaling a bill. Not overly difficult. But of course, it's just making sure you use the units right. And of course, you don't make mistakes on it. So let's have a look at calculating change. So this is probably the last part and carrying on. So if you're trying to figure out change, you need to figure out how much they've spent to start with. And then you're going to take it away from something at the end, aren't you? All right, so 2 pencils for 36p, 1 ruler for £1.05, and she pays with a £5 note. How much change does Sally receive? All right, so let's find the total of all the items. Got 36 each. So 2 pencils for 36p each. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it, there? So shouldn't that be 36 there? It should be, shouldn't it? Because 36 and 36, and then £1.05. All right, well, fair enough. So here we go. 6, oh, there is a 6. It's a typo, it's upside down, isn't it? So 6 and 12 and 5, 17, carry the 7, carry the 1. All right, so this is actually the correct answer, all right, but that should be a 6. So just ignore that, That's a 6. And then £1.77, and then of course you need to take that off £5. So if you can do this in heading, then better, obviously a column if need be. So 5 take away £1.76 is £3.23. So total change is £3.23. All right. And of course, if anyone at the till makes a mistake, then you make sure you kind of check it. All right. Because they could nick 3p off you there. They haven't. You're all right. All right. So they are money problems. So here are some more. And again, same kind of idea. Is the idea of thinking, well, what scenario could they potentially provide with you? Well, this is an adult ticket and a child ticket. And of course, you're going to go buy something. So Steph buys 1 adult ticket and some child tickets for £21.60. How many child tickets did she buy? All right, so you're at £21.60. You're going to take off the £7.50, which is give you £14.10. And then really we're going to try and see how many from that money, how many child tickets you got. Now, you're going to do £14.10 divided by £4.70. That is really what you're going to try and do. But when we are thinking about this idea, has she spent any more money on anything else? Well, no. So we could probably guess this or not estimate this one, because if I said it's £5 and it's less than that, then £5 would potentially take us to £20. So that'd be 4. All right, and of course we've not quite got there, but then we've not quite spent £5 either. So gut feeling is that it's going to be 5. All right, so let's see if that works. So you can estimate this by saying how many 4s go into 14, which is what I was looking at 20, wasn't I? I was looking at 20, ignore me. So how many £5 go into 14, I was going to say. So if I put £5 into 14, then it's basically, it would be just less than 3, isn't it? All right, but then it's 30p less. So it's going to be 3. All right, so £4.70, £4.70, £4.70 is £14. So apologies, I was looking at this one over here. But you can see it's easy mistake to make. All right, so this is where obviously you're trying to work fast and trying to get through things. Is slow down and make sure you don't make those mistakes. All right, so we're going for 3. So this is going to give us £14.10 here. And you can see that when they talk about estimating, see how many 4s go into it. Well, I've seen how many 5s go into it and estimate the fact it should be £15 if it's 5 for 3 people, but it's a little bit less. All right, anyway, so Steph buys 3 child tickets. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that is roughly a bunch of kind of money problem types of questions, but of course you can get anything. So just think about the techniques that you've got, think about how you're going to put things together, think about your skills with numbers, and how you can kind of lay it out. Because actually, a lot of time, it's not so much that the lack of maths, it's the layer of the questions in terms of how you structure your answers together. And that's probably what you need to kind of work on. All right. So there are some questions online. So have a look at maths-school.co.uk, link at the bottom to have a little bit more practice. All right. Thanks for listening.